Hello everybody, welcome to the very first Sarturus quiz. This was made by the one and only Thanicos. I've not been able to not see the first question setting up OBS, but I would be very surprised if I couldn't get it anyway. So I know the correct answer for this one, but let's properly begin and read it now. So, what type of test does Lortal and his companions undertake? A test of survival, agility, strength, or hunting? That is the hunting of the Raufar. From which clan does the native prisoner who sings to her son in the Catharsia come from? These are all... God. Okay, so... I just need to keep in mind, this is me delaying, because I just need to keep in mind if anything is obsolete now. So from which clan does the native prisoner who sings to her son in the Catharsia come from? Chapter 8 or... TLI is a long time ago, isn't it? Skelly... So it's not for I don't think it's for Tala. Daraki. See, and these are even using the old names. I don't think... I'm gonna go with... I can feel like the creator's smite is raining down upon me. Beast of is that an album name? Of Avarius Companions. of Avarius's companions, who was the least powerful in Order of the Theashar? Now, these two I don't recognise, and now that would be quite an interesting thing to put in names that weren't actually in it, but Nathius, Teardalu, Varos. I'm gonna say, I know Sishani was he was being trained. Yes. Okay. When Uran first speaks to his people, he calls them people of the Prime Temple, people of Disco Ascension, the City of Truth, the highest city. Now, he may go for the more recognisable City of Truth. I'm trying to think exactly who's there when he speaks to his people. Was he in the Prime Temple? People of the High City. Would he go so far as to use that name? But he wouldn't. I'd be very surprised if he used High City, because they would be referring to... He wouldn't... Like, that's almost blasphemous in Ithurian's eyes. People of the City of... that was going to be my second guess. I don't feel too bad about that one. Brakar, Uran's friend. Oh, this is old. What was his second name in TLI? Alonius. The jeweled thrones high above Altheon were known as... Oh god. The Sumacidai. The Sarturus family live in the royal district, surely. Damn. I'm trying to think back to the audio drama on that one. Why is Uran ordered to meet with Varos, Sishani and Avarius after his temple speech? Why is Uran ordered to meet with... Okay, so to Theashar and Avarius after his temple speech. To decide who Lortal is, I don't think that's right. To spread the word of Lokos. To decide what to do to quell the rebellion in the face of Lortal and Tulun's confrontation with Xanaros. To understand more about the will. Tulun's confrontation with... I really need to get brushing up on TLI. I don't think Taylor would be that annoyed, because it's so long ago, but... So... I can't even picture Uran meeting with Avarius at that time, and Varos. To decide who Lortal is... So it's not these two. To decide what to do to quell the rebellion in the face of Lortal and Tulun's confrontation. But why would... Uran didn't... Why would Uran be talking to Avarius, Varos and Sishani about what to do? That's not for him to say. Marissa in TLI is described as the lady on the path. I would stop recording if I got that one wrong. When Avarius captures Uran after the episode of his and Marissa's escape, he says, who captures Uran? Let the Lord decide his fate. Let the gods decide his fate. Let Xanados bear witness to his treachery. Only the pit is for you, One Eye. So that's Avarius wouldn't say that. Let Xanados bear witness to. No, I'm being serious when I say that was my other choice. I should have known that it was going to be that one because he sends them to Xanados straight after. These reds are demoralizing. In the Catharsia, Lortal's translator is known as Galathin. Not bad. After the escape from the Catharsia, Uran says to Lortal regarding his secret life. After the escape from the Catharsia, Uran says to Lortal, I have learned many things, outlawed in Altheon. I have learned much that my people forbid. Knowledge is pain, but it is a good pain. It reminds me that I am alive. Looks can be deceiving, outsider. What does Lord Uran say to Lortal regarding his secret life? It could be any of... that one doesn't seem likely. Yes, I had a feeling it was that one. Where does Aerion die in TLI? In combat with prison guards, in the North Forests, beyond Altheon, on the hill beyond Altheon. So it's not in a Theashar temple. In combat with prison guards. He does combat with prison guards. But he does also combat with prison guards on either of these two things. I don't think he's in a forest. Uran and Lortal are looking down from a hill, or is it in the forest? I can't quite remember the end. I get the feeling they were on top of a hill. No, he wouldn't go so far as the forest. I'm just going to go with the simple. Well, you know my thinking there. On the hill. How many students of the Dynamicon attacks Reynos in the fighting demonstration? Attacks Reynos? Reynos could take all 10 of them, but how many students attacks Reynos in the fighting? I'm gonna say I'll between 10 and 6. I can't. Was he trying to prove how strong? Oh, yes. In TLI, oldest is named Easy. Master of Keys. 2 of the main figures in the Council of Ancelion are named. Wow. Acheron. Acririos. Acheron. Oh, this is a difficult one. 2 of the main figures in the Council of Ancelion are named. After the council, Anyari tells Chaos, do good by your lord and come back soon. Return safe, my husband. I trust you will do the right thing by your lord and your people, dearest one. Do good by your people, Chaos, my love. Chaos, said Chaos there. Do good by your lord and come back soon. I can't really see Anyari talking and referring to Ancelion in such a way. I'm going to strike that one out. She's more likely to talk about the people of Julian at the time. Turn safe. Come on! Do good by your lord. Okay. The two Sylvandrin who are to accompany Chaos and Owakin were Tarian and Enthar, Tyros and Enthal, Taran and Enthros. Ah, so difficult. Two Sylvandrin. What sounds the most... Yes. They sound most, I don't know, say most appropriate. What is the first sign Uran and Lortal see which gives them indication of the survivor's whereabouts? What is the first sign Uran and Lortal see which gives them indication? Alright, so it's not plural. Singular survivor. Ah, I'm between a dropped pendant and a piece of black cloth upon a branch. I say this, that was my first guess, but I bet it's going to be that one. Told you. Marissa wouldn't drop a pendant, would she? And within, okay, moving on. And within Black Waters, what was Ian Watulo's main goal? To save his dying... Good, good. In Serpents of the Heart, little Uran, wishing something of his father's experiences, says, "Yep, ha, goosebumps. I should like to know how many tribesmen he slew. I should like to ask if he slew many. I should like to ask if he slew many Northmen. I would like to ask if my father was injured in battle with the demon lords. I should like to ask." Okay, the voice that I got back was Northman. Did I use that? I can't remember. In Soph, which of these is true of Shardanos? He is alive and is the High Theashar of Alpheon. He is dead. Okay. Shit. In Soph, he was always important, but I can't remember exactly if the High Theashar is something newer. In regards to this, the Eye of Alpheon. The Mantle of Shardanos. Not in Soph. No, he would be alive in Soph because it's earlier. Daedrin talks about, or Xanados talks about, the Mantle of Shardanos. But in Soph, was he dead? I don't think he would be dead. He wouldn't be dead at this point in Soph. Ah, good. The Tharshatir, I remember. That just rings a bell. What is Shelvanos in Serpents of the Heart? The hunger of heaven. I think I remember a voice line from that. Of Shaldalini's treachery, Daedrin says, the Shaldalini is taken over by some evil thing, I guess. I'm remembering the voices. The Shaldalini is taken over by some evil thing, I guess. A demon works in Shaldalini. Lo, it is powerful. The Shaldalini is taken over by some creation of the northern hordes. It must be so. To Saffron Walden. Lo, the lady on the path speaks not her own tongue. The Shaldalini is taken over by some evil thing, I guess. In a various training... in a various house. In a various temple. Oh! That one doesn't count because I meant to click. I thought that was Andos. I just didn't look at them carefully enough. Arcanus means In Dreams Made of Sand, the Arcalmoth is... the region beyond Alphion, which Uran traverses. It's a forest, isn't it? Yes. In primal disguise, hiding from Avarius at the start of Dreams Made of Sand, Uran says, "Thou speaketh to nothing, manslayer. Thou speaketh not but falsehoods, manslayer. Thou art not welcome here, sword son. Get thee gone from the wildlands. Leave this place, son of the sword, slayer of men." Hiding from Avarius, this is what Uran says. Ah, in primal disguise, thou speaketh to nothing, manslayer. He speaks in as high speech as possible. Thou art not welcome here, sword son. Get thee gone. I don't think it's that. Leave this place, son of the sword, slayer of men. Thou speaketh to nothing. Ah, it could be this, this, or this. In Dreams Made of Sand, who captures Uran? Shit. He's taken to the Dyraki, but the Sylvandrin find him first? Or did the Sylvandrin show up later? Ah, if I go for this and it's Dyraki, I'm going to be so annoyed. I keep pressing next. Which is the relationship in Deimos between the Silandur and the Dyraki? They are firm allies, they are tenuous allies. They have no connection. They're not firm allies, they're hated enemies. So they come from Anjulion. They're tenuous allies. But why? I can't remember if in Deimos with the Dyraki / Dekaru. Why would they be tenuous? So they have a connection. Okay. Lamenting of a situation, Erithos says of Ulfwi. Lamenting of a situation. Erithos says this of Ulfwi. Hateful west, silent north. Why was the east treacherous again? Can that be treacherous west, forgotten north, foolish east? That's a good question. Nowhere can I turn and not find enemies. The west attacks us and the north do nothing to aid us. And now the east, you men who were once allies, I did think it was going to be the green one. I just thought the Erithos would be more verbose. In speech with Uran after his saving by Oaken at the Siandarak, I've never actually said that word out loud. We learned that Erithos' name for Ancelion is... So I think it's the first one. Ilyakuthar. Iliocarthus, that's a cool name. Ilcurathor, Iliacathir. I don't know why I'm going Yaka. Iliacathar. I don't... The ear doesn't sound right to me for Erithos. Yes. Good thinking there. By what other name is the Corune? Oh, I'm not going to edit that out. Which allows Erishar to see the host. Okay, so this is one of the Silandur, Sylvandrin. By what other name? Okay, so it's... So it's a Sofari Azune Axun. The flower of light, far-seeing plant, the flower of wings and air. I did think that one that I picked was too like the Palantir. Should have. Oh, I'm not going to make excuses, I just didn't know. The bird flower is more original and sounds better. Damn it. In Demos, how does Uran acquire Arionel? He finds it in the wilds. He's given it by Ladamis of Laesark. He's gifted it by the stable master of Laesark. He is given it directly by Entius from the stables. Not that one. He's gifted it by the stable master of Laesark. I don't think he would be gifted it. Okay. In the Elderstone story, the primal fathers are Ankataurus. I see what you're trying to do there. Anktur, Galataf, sadly, okay, so it's only the two Galatafs. Ulgan, Sakari. Damn. Yes. Realizing his experience in Solace was only a dream. Uran says of Marissa, she's numb to the touch of the gods. Sick rays cannot reach her where she lies. The sickly rays of the gods no longer hold sway over her. She is dead and thus feels no pain. Realizing his experience was only a dream. Sick rays cannot reach her where she lies. So I don't think it's the first one. I don't think it's the second one, the last one. The sickly rays of the gods no longer hold sway over her. I prefer the writing in this one, so I'm going to go with that one. In what story was Marissa given the name Sylvanas? Oh shit. I was going to go for letters. But is she referred to that in Soph? No, I think it's a reveal in letters. In which major settlement does Marissa write to Daedrin from on January? That number shouldn't be allowed. In which? This is a joke question. I can't believe you put Lee. In which major settlement does Marissa write to Daedrin from on January 12th? I get the 1336 is a good number, but when you go to 1337, not Laesark, Balanos, Altazul. I'm trying to remember. Marissa doesn't travel. Major settlement. She was in Altazul. Damn. Why does mine doesn't get the full title? In place, the servants of Daedrin. Okay, so this is my own. I'm not going to remember my own stories here. In place, the servants of Daedrin respond thus to his command to restrain Marissa. The wielder of the Lashaf speaks, hold her down. Ah, that's why it's difficult. The wielder of the Lashaf speaks, hold her down. Those are the exact same. The wielder. Oh, the. Alright. The exalted speaks, restrain her at once. The exalted has spoken, force her down. Okay. Nighttime, knife, door, Daedrin. In place, I like doing these place questions. In place, what punishment does Daedrin cry out for in regard to the free? Oh god. To be hanged from the wretched trees of the tribes, to be hanged from the walls, to be thrown from the northern cliffs, to be hanged from the temple precipices. Oof, brutal. In Messenger. In Messenger. In Messenger. What is said of Shalonon's chamber? That's another song title name. What is said of Shalonon's chamber? That is like a song title. What is said of Shalonon's chamber? In Messenger, what is said of Shalonon's chamber? It is full of the stuff of filth. It has grown unkempt of late. It is as the hovels of northern men. It has grown untidy of late. It is full of the stuff of filth. I can't remember reading that. It has grown unkempt of late. It is as the hovels. No, that seems inappropriate. It has grown untidy. Okay. I like when that's good thinking through like reasoning. On what day did Shalonon cut off his ears at the sound of the rat? Did it start? The Messenger started on the 14th, I think. And that event would happen midway? (19th or 23rd). Or it's 19th or 22nd. Yes! That is good thinking. In the account of King Shalonon, the ruler wrote of the sun. In the account of King Shalonon, the ruler wrote of the sun. Is this the fragment? The ruler wrote of the sun, the blessed rays no longer warm my skin. The light of the world no longer shows me the way. The sun's blessed rays. What is the account called which tells of Lokos' legendary encounter with the god in the sky? What is the discover? What is the discover of the Lord of the West? What is the epiphany of the God King? What is the revelation of the Prime One? In Vale, what is Askazul? In Vale, what is Askazul? The highest of the Lashakai. A huge bridge of stone. Nope. That's a good one, because there is a pile of bodies, but it's not composed of kneeling slaves. I think. It's a huge bridge of stone, the highest of the Lashakai. Oh. What? Oh, no, I can't remember that then. I thought they were dead. Epiros, Hekur, Ashen, and Vessalus. Cool question. Well, that's easy, because Epiros is the only priest. Unless Epiros is a warrior? Considered one. He's a Faeshar now, isn't he? Epiros, Hekur, Ashen, and Vessalus. I can't really remember the other three. I'm just gonna have to go with my gut feeling in that Epiros is a priest. It would be hard if there was two priests at the start. In Vale, who says the body of my father is the body of all men? That mind and that body is false. Body of my father is the body of all men. That mind and that body are false. Is false. For Car, the Watcher, Xanados. Xanados wouldn't say that about Baltaros. The Watcher. Car wouldn't say it at all. Why can't I think who the Watcher is? It's not Sarturus, is it? Why? This is Epiros would. That makes sense for this part. The body of my father is the body of all men. That mind and that body is false. Epiros wouldn't. Oh, it depends what it means by father. In Vale. I need to look that up. In Vale, what is the name of the governor of Lacuros? Governor of Lacuros. Malderos, Maldemir, Maledimos, Maladim. I actually did remember that it was a Mal name. And I remember a TH in it, although that's not even one of the answers. Governor of Lacuros. Maladim. Maledimos. Malderos. Maldemir. Yes! Last second, it felt more right than the other ones. In Lacuros, Amzur's crime. Who? Amzur's crime is said to be he sought speech with the creatures of the sky, sought speech with a fox, read a book of the east, sought to learn the ways of all beasts. The ways of all beasts. Seeking to learn the way of me in Dark Souls. He sought in Lacros his crime. He sought speech with the creatures of the sky. No. Read a book of the east, or sought to learn the ways of all beasts. Amzur and Lacuros. Why would that be a problem in Lacuros? In Vale, who is Gamnos? Poor man who disturbs a family in the lower districts of Alpheon. One of the sentries Rakar sees in the lower district. The father of a family Rakar meets in the lower district. A man who comes to see Xanados as part of a group from the west. Gamnos. A man who comes to see Xanados as part of a group from the west. A man who disrupt. In Vale, what does Rakar ask of Marissa? In Vale. No, to eavesdrop on Baltaros, to retrieve a letter from Baltaros to retrieve a letter from Baltaros concerning the West, to retrieve a letter about Angelion. It's not that one, it's not that one. Ah! I'm sorry. Roughly what age... Are you serious? A Uran age question. What age is Uran in Vale? Oh. You need to forgive me on that one. I wasn't thinking properly. If I thought about it more, I was thinking of Demos. In fire, who says today is a good day for work? An avatar of Muna, an avatar of Una. They came with fire. Who says today is a good day for work? An agent of the West, an avatar of Tuna. Just based on how questions are written, it wouldn't be that one because that's the only one of that kind. Of work, that's land-based. Una. I thought it was going to be something to do with the labours of men. In Origins, how many men went with the prince and his brother? Crap, what did I decide on? I think I upped it from a low number. Wouldn't have gone with that or that. Yes. In Origins, why does Lokos tell his men to rejoice? Because men are free to claim the wilds, because man is the highest, because men do not now wander purposeless. In Shalanon, what is the name of Perseus' servant? Mashri. Bet you're surprised that I got that one so quickly. Why does Shalanon kill Palios? Because he fears what the tablets. Because he thinks that any word about elder days will bring low thoughts to men. Because he fears Palios is working against him. He fears what the tablet represents. What does Shalanon think of himself when he aims to test his body? His blood is in fact a river of silver. What does Shalanon think of himself? His blood is in fact a river of gold. The knife cannot harm him. He is bloodless. River of gold. Who is Enate, and Shalanon? It's one of the people that goes with him, I think. One in Shalanon's High Council, one of Shalanon's servants in the chamber. A distant ancestor who knows of the shadow. A distant ancestor who knows of the shadow and placed its direct location on a map and wrote of it. One of Shalanon's servants in the chamber. That name doesn't sound like one of a servant. The model for Shalanon in Shalanon is which literary figure? Crap. Nope. I remember the first one. And that's all I'm going to say about that. What descriptor is given to Osaru in the answer? Which descriptor? Osaru of the dark eyes, Osaru of the misted eyes, Osaru of the black mantle, Osaru the grief-worn. Osaru. No. No. In the answer, who comes to speak with Sarturus? Who comes to speak with Sarturus? Band of Opharanine. Ultharonin. Shalasha II and Tantalion. Shalasha II. What? I need to look that one back, but there was 3 people. There was Shalanon II. It goes away so quick. Okay. Wow. And the answer, who comes to speak with Sarturus? Ah, and Tantalion. Where did I get Tantalion from? It's just because I recognised that. See, I knew it was those two, and even Shalashar the Second. But that was stupid of me to go with Tantalion. In the answer, who says their will is not our will? It's one of the Ultharanine. The councilmen. Oh, is this before they come and they're talking about them arriving? I don't think the tribesmen speak that much, so they wouldn't say the will of the West is not our will, and neither the Deku Silvara or the Furtala would say that. Especially not the Furtala. Is this the conversation at the start when they're talking about? Oh, it was at the end. Their will is not. I don't feel too bad about that one, but I should. Who is Haru in Speak Times of Old? A young man. Oh crap. A young man in Eldrastus' circle. It's not the mentor, it's not a house servant. It's a friend. Or he had another friend. He had many acquaintances. There was another friend. Was that he higher level than Haru? I'm just gonna have to go with this one. Okay. He is our most powerful writer. Who is Lindor referring to? Speak Times of Old. He is our most powerful writer. Shh. Not Nilaf. I always say Nilaf. Well, it should be Nilaf, shouldn't it? Uld. Not Telval, I don't think. He's not Melvindus. It has to be Uld. Melvindus. Ah, there's so many reds now. And Speak. What are the Saberos? Saberos. A group. Spy. Ah. I'm so weak on this one. I can't remember this. Legendary beasts. Legendary clansmen. A group of legendary wandering spirits. Okay. In the circle, who memorized and speaks a paragraph of Melvindus' writings? Who memorized and speaks a paragraph of Melvindus? It's not Teledan, it's not Eldrassus. Alcaros, Tellurion. What is the name of Eldrassus' book? Please let me get this right. Leaf and Flame, Return of the Unyielding, The Fire of the Spirit. It's not the Return of the Unyielding, that's too... It's not the Fire of the Spirit. Is it? Words of Flame? Leaf and Flame. Words of Flame. The Fire of the Spirit. I don't think it doesn't sound right. Leaf and Flame. Words of Flame. Okay. In Salvation, the Tower of Shardanos is described as beaming like a birch. Birch bright, birch white, pearl white. Now, I feel like Taylor would write pearl. Birch bright. I feel like maybe he thinks birch is a bit overused to describe something as white. That's just me putting more confidence behind your writing there. So, how does Marissa kill her father? Spoilers. Okay, it's not stabbing him or suffocating him. I just need to think. It's most definitely a herb because she crushes it. She crushes it into a drink. A coastal fruit. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. I just remember it being crushed up into a drink. Wasn't it overdosing on the Sulfari? What's the difference between a herb and a fruit now? Well, I know the answer, but a coastal fruit. Coastal herb. I need to look that one up actually. End of story based questions? Oh god. Which of these geographical forms is most elevated? End of the story based questions. I thought it was end of story based questions. Which of these geographical forms is most elevated? Interesting. Mount Lashiol, Aberathon, where walked Daedrin's Bane, Unatherion. Has to be Lashiol. Okay. Which tier is tier 2? Xanados. Can't remember. This is meta. I can't remember which order it went. If tier 1 was the oldest, or if like the later tiers were the older ones. Tier 2. Xanados, Chaos, Uran. So but I don't need to think about that. I just need to think about Xanados. Yep, Uran, Chaos. They're all in the same tier. Avarius, Daedrin, Ricard, Marissa, Shardanos. So they are actually, they're all correct, but I just need to remember what tier 2 is. Shardanos, Baltaros, and Celion. I'm gonna say that the later tiers are the older people. Avarius. And I'm gonna guess that since these are the youngest. I can't remember what I meant by tier 2. And the Legendarium Ultimate and the Legendarium Ultimate Endgame Extreme Xanados this is massive spoilers. That's a tricky one because he is misguided in multiple ways. He's not wholly evil, he's not wholly good. And is he ever actually evil though? This is too meta. This is like conversation topics. He's never part... Is he evil though? I don't agree with this question. So in protest I might go for misguided. But I know that he's 50-50. But he is evil for a bit. See if it's misguided. I don't count that one. Don't count it at all. Originally Chaos was the son of a blacksmith. In Avarius' role. Avarius' companion. In Zrenos' role. Originally in the endgame, Marissa was to marry Xanados. So Marissa was... Well, if it's a shocking answer, it's not Daedrin. And that's not shocking, so... What? Marissa was to marry Xanados or Turi? I'm just gonna skip that one. I'm gonna go on ahead. It's too weird. And then the Tiariaxul of old. The Tiariaxul of old are situated in what tribe's current location? Were they central? Dekaru. Uskeli, Solvara. I don't think they were, yeah, in Central. What month was Shallonon written in 2019? Running out of questions somehow. How great is very great, very great. Is every answer correct here? Anturion. Back. When will Taylor's newest story be out? The Drums of War Thunder once again next week. That's not happening. The Fifth Age soon. Oh god, that's embarrassing. 60. More than half. I feel like it should be like it's 51 from that other question, and then I'm gonna say I gave like 60 because my thinking was alright on some, but I still got the wrong. Okay.